I'm Eileen Dwillies. I'm the Executive Director of the Haney Farmers Market Society. The Society manages two markets, Port Coquitlam in the Thursday afternoons and Maple Ridge Haney Farmers Market on Saturday mornings. The market began in 2004 with 10 vendors, and now it's 12 years later, there's 50 plus. We go as high as 75 vendors in a high season, so we're very proud of our progress. It began as an initiative of a group of citizens, so therefore it seems to be taking over much easier than a lot of farmers markets do. The mandate of the farmers market is to provide a venue for the farmers, and this is very important. They need a place to be able to sell their produce, and most of them are from about half an acre up to 5 acres. So they can grow quite a lot in that space, but it's not enough to sell to a grocery store. The favorite part of my business is probably the interaction with the vendors. They are all so dedicated. They support the market fully. They come rain or shine, and we do what we can for them to advertise to make sure that people know who they are and what they're doing. And I think that the overall plan of the society was to have 80% food. And we've reached that mark. We have 20% crafts, which I believe we should have. The artisan area in Maple Ridge is fantastic, and I love to have them at the market. But the rest is food. We need to know that we have food here. The farmers are just so dedicated as well, and they will come right up until they have no more crops. From talking with other farmer market managers, we are a special market. We are so fortunate to have beautiful Memorial Peace Park. Everyone else is in a street or in a parking lot. We are in trees and flowers and grass, and it just makes the ambiance so much better. Also, the layout accidentally works really well because right at the cenotaph area, we have an area of concrete that we use as our cafe corner, and that is a lovely place for people to sit, talk, and then they shop more, which is what we want them to do. My morning only begins on Saturday morning, so I don't have a lot of things to do on other days. I work at home, so I can work right through to bedtime, which is a pleasure to work at home, but also turns you into a workaholic. But Saturday morning, we're up at 5. Paul has gone. Paul is my partner, and we share the work of the market. So therefore, he's gone at 6:30 to lay out the site plan so the vendors will know where they're going to go. And generally, they try to go in the same spot each time. I try to put them there, but it doesn't always work out for some of these ones. And sometimes I like to have new vendors in new spots and whatnot. So the first thing I would probably try to do is get up there and direct the vendors to their places. And then the day just starts to flow. We have a good crop of volunteers who help. We have teenagers that we pay to come and set up the market. So we spend about 2 hours getting ready for the vendors to come, for them to get ready. So those are busy times first thing. The farmers market gives me an opportunity to interact with citizens of Maple Ridge, and so many of them have become friends that at the end of the day, I believe that I can look back on the day and think I had such great conversations with all the people who came to the market, who support the market, and who loved having local food. I have a long background in cooking, and food has always been my passion. For a while there, I was doing food styling, I was doing cooking classes and traveling with people to show them different places where people cooked, and I did food writing for Western Living magazine in the 80s. So I think my inspiration probably came from Julia Child. She was certainly very strong in my life in the 70s and 80s. And I met her and worked with her. I even received a certificate from her for some of the things that I had done. And so I can refer back to her sayings. She was very good at doing sayings, little short sentences that you're not going to forget. One of the best business advice I've had, one of the best advisors, I guess was Julia. And probably her was when you feel like quitting, remember why you started. I don't know that I could advise from the farmers market point of view, but the vendors that we meet that are starting businesses that want to go on, a lot of them don't. A lot of them just want to be farmer market vendors, which is lovely, but others have higher aspirations. Uh, I I really can't talk to them about it because I don't have that experience. We have had many businesses in our life, Paul and I, but it's not the same as what the farmers market does. But when they come to the market and to help them in the market, I try to suggest to them that customer relations is the best. So I guess my favorite quote was the one that Julia Child said. When you start thinking of quitting, remember why you started. And that's true in everybody's job, particularly if you're tired, you're hard worked, and people are saying, do this, do that, come and help me do this. And you're thinking, well, really, I was here, and this is why I'm here, is because of my passion for food. I like to eat, I always want to eat, and I don't want to eat food that comes from Chile and has traveled all that distance raw, or it's not even grown, it's not even finished growing, and they're growing it in the truck as they come with chemicals. So it's my passion for food that is keeping me going. So the farmers market doesn't really have a tagline, although we do little taglines in our advertising, but the society itself has more of a set of principles that they like to follow, and it's many lines long, but it's on our website if anyone wanted to go there and see it. Oh, well, the farmers market is a place to go and be, definitely. Every week we try to have some festival, and once a month we have a bigger festival. So there is lots going on there. The farmers market often has partnerships, and we partner with the Aboriginal Society, Earth Day, Getty Fest, to name a few, as well as smaller partnerships with smaller groups that we're mentoring on how to do a festival. And luckily, Memorial Peace Park is so large, we can have our regular market on one side, and the partner that we're trying to help can be on the other side, or beside us in South Park, which I just love. South Park, Maple Ridge has got this fabulous town center that is very special and definitely should be kept as part of their tourism activities.